Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Splash, and today we have a fun power video. Basically, I'm almost done with Armor Hunters / Armor Wars, the Valiant comic epic saga. And one of my favorite characters from the storyline is Bloodshot. Now, I've read Bloodshot stories before, but I like him by far the most in this story. And you know, Bloodshot to me is pretty underrated. I almost never hear anyone talk about him in the versus community. I'm in versus battles, so I decided today I'm gonna, illustrate why he's a beast and why Bloodshot is underrated, overpowered, and I hope to see him used more down the line. Now, Bloodshot kind of has a murky background. Doesn't really know who he is, but that's a part of his character. Essentially, he's an experiment. He was injected with nanites. These nanites provide a plethora of power, and they help him become a valuable asset to the military, to the government, and the world as a whole. He scares most people just because he's almost inhuman the way he is, the way he acts. But still, Bloodshot's not really a bad person. He's just, he doesn't give a damn. But strength-wise, he is by far above humans. We've seen Bloodshot contend with aliens that could, devastate cities, that could lead citywide destruction and planetary purges. I think her name was Lilith, but she was like basically a space dragon. And he actually butchered her and beheaded her with a knife after going toe-to-toe with her. And she was casually tearing through like the top military base, one-shotting people. She had acid, blood, whatever. He's ripped people's spines out casually. He's ripped their heads off casually, twisted their heads off, punched through metal. He now for, street tier, he's at least average. He hits as hard as like a one fist pre-amped Iron Fist and stuff like that. He doesn't have the craziest striking power, but he definitely has enough to do some serious damage to you for most people. Probably hits about as hard as Cap, but yeah, Bloodshot's actually no slouch when it comes to striking power. Speed-wise, he's able to, like I said, combat aliens. These aliens could casually one-shot even high-class military experts. He casually blitzes like the top military people in the verse. Avoiding lasers, gunshots, missiles. This, of course, depends on whether or not he feels like dodging, because he is a tank, but usually he is quite capable of such. He was blitzing armor dogs that were like one-shotting the city. If you want to lowball him, they have like speed of sound, blasts, and he had no issue getting around it. And he's probably a little slower than Ninjak, but Ninjak is an absolute blur in combat. I'm probably going to have to debunk that Ninjak first Nightwing video by Danko, by the way, because he lowballed the fuck out of Ninjak. But yeah, Bloodshot's a beast when it comes to speed. Easily can get behind you, and he also has hacks to help him do so as well. Durability-wise, this is where the nanites come in. The nanites can regenerate any part of his body that gets compromised. He's been shot through the head, had his head blown up, had his face burned off. He's been shot through the chest, stabbed through the chest, got blown up from behind, been hit by missiles, lost arms, legs. They regenerate via nanites, no issue, and he doesn't really care if he gets hurt because he just comes right back. As well as for durability, he has telepathic resistance. Because of the nanites in his brain, it basically almost makes him appear mindless and makes it very hard for telepaths to attack him, as well as tank radiation, tank psionic energy, and tank regular energy blasts with the nanites. Intelligence-wise, Bloodshot is an expert combatant, expert strategist. He's able to identify opponents and their weaknesses. He talked about how, the space dragon bitch had like this crazy breath, and it was weird that her glands were in her armpits. Like, he located the aliens' weak spots and took them out via that way. He has a military background, hunting background. We see him like in Armor Wars, his flashbacks, to getting chased by like mercenaries through the jungle, and he was taking them out rather easily, tactically. They call him the Ghost, the White Ghost. Yeah, he's actually a pretty smart fighter, and he doesn't back down from anyone, and he's able to get around his disadvantages via intelligence. Skill-wise, Bloodshot's an expert hand-to-hand combatant. He's up there with the likes of Ninjak, perhaps not Ninjak level, but he is quite capable. He's an expert marksman, expert with most weapons, extremely dangerous with blades and hand-to-hand, knows how to one-shot people, rip their heads off and such, choke them out. He's a skilled hunter, and he's one of the more dangerous people in the verse because of his versatility. Now, Hack's abilities and gear. Going back to his nanites, these nanites can allow him to instantly interface with any electronics around him and control them, alter them. He can hack pretty much anything he wants and revert it. He even hacked the shield and strengthened it in specific areas when he was fighting the alien invasion. He has telepathic resistance and psychic power resistance, and he can reverse energy and send it back at you. This includes psionic energy and radioactive energy. His nanites also allow him to, as I mentioned before, regenerate whatever is compromised during the battle, and it's done so quite effectively. He basically has nanites everywhere in his body. There is one spot, and this was a pretty interesting part and a really good aspect of his character. I believe it was Livewire saying it. She said she can detect, machinery, all that. She said she detected nanites in every part of his body except for one part, and she believed that part was his humanity, which kind of gives Bloodshot hope and potential for a redemption factor. But yeah, Bloodshot, as I said, is overpowered. The nanite technology really puts him over the top in most versus matchups because all the things he can do with it. But anyways, let me know if you've ever read Bloodshot before from Valiant Comics. If you haven't, I encourage you to look into it, especially Armor Wars. Armor Wars is badass. But yeah, Bloodshot's a really interesting character, and I'll probably be using him in a debate soon. But anyways, subscribe, comment, join the Patreon /$ Club. Very fun. Join my Discord. Hit me up. Talk to me about videos. And it's been your boy Sir Splash, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.